Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today we have a very important mission. We have to finish this build of here, our red reactor. We need the power that we are going to be producing from it sooner rather than later, because unfortunately our geothermal power plant is kicking its last, is giving its last breath. The magma did something weird, and now this thing is no longer functional as we were expecting, which sucks a little bit, but oh well. Oh hello. In any case, we are going to be working on this. We are going to focus our maximum attention on this bad boy, so that we get it operational, and once this thing is ready, we'll be able to transfer its nuclear waste into our radiation rocket silo over here, which will allow us to produce more red bolts out of the radiation pool that we are going to have over here to fuel them, which means they are going to become more active in the role the roles in the colony, right? Right. But for that, we need to do something. We need to go grab us a little bit of uranium, because unfortunately I have none on this map. So we have one destination within range of our petroleum mining rockets, which is this one. So I'm going to refuel it, send it that way, and collect us some uranium ore, so that when the time comes, we can actually make this thing work. Alright, rocket ready, and soon we should have our nuclear fuel ready to go. Now, in the last patch, it was either in the last or in the few to last, I don't know, the devs added the fact that the rocket skill now has an impact on the time it takes for your rockets to reach a certain destination. As we can see, Harry or Nicola, one of the two, will be able to reach the asteroid in 5.4 cycles. I don't know if you guys remember the few episodes ago that this rocket was right in this glimmering asteroid field when disaster occurred, and we had to come back home, and it took Nicola, I believe, 16 cycles, because at that point that change was not yet implemented. So if my memory serves me correctly, we got 3 times the speed that we had at that moment in the playthrough. So it's pretty cool, and we should have those resources in less than 15 cycles. Well, that was quick. The rocket is already returning, but this time, because it's heavier, apparently it's taking a little bit more time to reach the colony. Or maybe not, because right in front of our eyes, the game just updated the time from 9.1 to 4.5. Okay, this is the kind of things, if you were not watching with me, probably would not believe me. And over here on the reactor, we are making some final adjustments. Pretty much everything is done, other than a little bit of wiring and piping. I also need to prepare the airlock over here as well, but I'm waiting for the place to be completely vacuumed out. We already dealt with most of the carbon dioxide. There was a little bit of polluted oxygen, which it's going to get also vacuumed in no time. As we can see, we are down to the micrograms of stuff, so cool. Once we have a complete vacuum inside of this chamber, I'm going to close this off, drop some water to create a separate steam chamber for the cooling loop. After that, we can start filling up the cooling loop, setting up pretty much everything while nothing is running, just in case, you know, there is a flaw with the design. And yeah, after that I'm going to focus on this area. I really need to get this thingy over here going, otherwise it's not going to be pretty over here, because once we reach a certain amount of nuclear waste, we are going to get rid of it, and we are going to send it over here into our nuclear silo. In the nuclear silo, I deconstructed this tile over here, and the purpose of that is to get rid of the nuclear waste. We are going to fill up both of these tiles, Anything more than that, once it reaches to the next tile, will get deleted by the vacuum of space. That way we don't have to deal with the nuclear waste. I tried to create a nuclear waste processing facility last season, and it didn't went that well. The energy required to do that is just tremendous, and it is not worth it when you can simply delete it by virtue of vacuum. Okay, so while I was waiting, I've been doing a few optimizations here and there. One of the things that I was most surprised was the amount of crude oil that we already have from these suckers over here. They have they have replicated like rabbits. There are a ton of them! There were 3 to start with, and now we have all of these guys over here. We also had a molten one at one point. We have a little bit of petroleum on the surface, but we have over 100 kilograms of crude oil already, so I'm going to start storing these byproducts over here and putting them into good use. Although, the... What? How is this possible? Why you not working? I don't understand. Oh, you are working. It's just that you guys have been so busy that you probably haven't paying enough attention to the industrial area. Well, I have been queuing a lot of build orders lately, so it's only natural that these guys have slacked around a little bit with their other responsibilities. Oh guys, by the way, I just discovered that now we have new ads for the exosuit training. They now added the a orange welder's mask apparently. Pretty cool. Now guys, one of the things that you guys suggested on the comment section was that I placed a valve over... Hello, that was interesting. That we placed a valve over here to limit the amount of hydrogen within the pipes to 1 kilogram from 10 kilograms, which is the regular packet of water, to 1 kilogram. That should prevent it from exploding in the pipes. But that means that we have to break into the hydrogen chamber once again. I'm going to do that tomorrow because I want to be as quick as possible while I do this. So apparently Harry arrived somewhere, I don't know when, but the rocket has been unloaded, and I did not have enough time to set up the filters properly, which means we should now have nuclear material around here somewhere, no? Let's look for it. Uranium ore. Where are you? Hello. Ah, it's not radioactive. Okay. So let's try to make sure that we get that put in the proper place as fast as possible. Well, this was supposed to be completely automated. The dupes should never have to touch the uranium. Right, I had set up this solid port over here, but I was waiting for the rocket to touch down before I set up the filters, because unless you have the material, it does not appear over here. So, let's see, let's look for that bleach stone right here. That metal ore known as uranium right here. The rest can be launched through the regular method. But those 2 materials, I want to separate them. The bleach stone I want to send over here, where I'm intending on creating a small pool to prevent it from off-gassing. And the uranium should be sent directly over here, into this receptacle, to be processed. Well, mission accomplished. The dupes have built that in record time. Let's seal it off and set this thing up. We want 1,000 grams, thank you. Now let's go over here, snip the pipe like so, make it go like so, cancel any build orders that might occur. And now the second we turn this on, we should be sending small packets of hydrogen through here. But let's close this off first. No, Ruby, get out of there. Don't even dare, okay, Ruby? don't even dare getting trapped in the cryogenic tank. That would be very bad. Oof. Alright, so now let's turn this up and let's see if we get any pipe explosions. First, let's go over here. We should have only small packets going through. No water on the oil planet. Okay, I'll take care of that in a moment. And 50, huh? Interesting. It should be turning into gas right about now. Even though... Why are you so hot? I wonder. Yeah, look at that. The temperature keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, and the pipes are not bursting, even though they should. Cool. Cool to know. Like, in a way, I don't understand why the temperature is so low, right? These pipes are made out of ceramic, one of the best insulating materials in the game. And we are transporting extremely cold stuff in them. They should not... This should not be happening, especially... We are in a vacuum and everything, there is nothing to transfer it to. It's confusing. But in any case, it is working. That's all I care. So, cool. Okay guys, so now that our rocket has arrived with more water, I'm going to take advantage of this because we don't really have a lot of water lines in this area, and I'm going to tap into this line, like so, cut it over here, prevent from adding into the system. We're going to go over here, connect this, and snip this, so... that pipe goes over there, fantastic. The idea here is to bring that water through this pipe and into this vent, because we want to create a pool of water over here, something to receive the first drops of extremely hot nuclear waste and extremely hot water, so that the machinery that we have laying around the place doesn't immediately break, and you know, to create a little bit of steam inside of the chamber as that happens. So, fingers crossed, I cut the correct pipes. Yep, here it goes. Not that it matters too much having the water over there, especially if I turn off the auto sweeper to prevent it from delivering the enriched uranium once we have it. In fact, we could start production right now, but I'm going to wait a little bit. We are still not yet ready, so there is no point in doing that. It's only asking something bad to happen, because your dupes can deliver the enriched uranium by hand. So I could imagine, for example, Mima over here having a bad day and wanting to ruin the life of everybody, would just pick up the enriched uranium, put it over there, and kickstart this before everything is ready, which would be terrible. Alright, my friends, so with this new system, new method of refueling, our rockets are ready to departure once again. This time I'm going to send this one over into this field over here, because the other one is depleted. If we go into the star map, we can see that this field is completely depleted, only has 1 ton of materials left, because of the recharge, obviously. These fields, they don't have a lot of stuff in them, so there is that. Now the other one, the other petroleum rocket, I'm going to send it over here. We can see that we have uranium ore only, carbon dioxide and chlorine, right? If we go over here, I want to set this to 0, so that we don't bring any chlorine with us, and because we don't have a gas cargo, we shouldn't bring any carbon dioxide either, which means we are going to bring 7 tons of uranium, I believe, 7.2 tons of pure uranium, which is going to be just glorious. How, may I ask? This is most intriguing, I might say. Please, unentomb Nails. Okay, Nails, thank you so much for that. Incredible. These dupes, they always find ways to make themselves trapped. What? Harry, you are in the wrong rocket. Get the hell out of here. No, come here. Where are you going? Before we launch, how about I take a look at my artifact thingy. We brought an artifact last time, I didn't even notice. I'm about to launch this thing. But we got a new artifact, the Archaic Tech. Nice, nice. It's a... Oh, it's a V8HS videotape. Nice! Let's remove it and keep it before we launch the rocket. That way we can bring another artifact back. So apparently new artifacts were added into the game. We no longer are receiving only coffee mugs. Cool, maybe this is one of the terrestrial artifacts that allows us to complete the game. In any case, let's launch these two bad boys and see if any pipes break, just out of curiosity. Really? You... He's always a slow one in the group. Well, apparently Nicola was I don't understand, guys. I really don't understand how this is happening. But in any case, now the rocket should launch. Well, thank you. I wanted to have 2 rockets launched simultaneously to have the maximum amount of heat being produced. But in any case, well, the pipes didn't break, so I'm happy. And by the way, that pipe was already broken. The dupes never got to fix it in the first place because they can reach at least while this rocket is grounded. But we need the dupes over here, so this rocket is not going anywhere. Okay, so with enough water inside of the reactor, I already cut the pipe. This is going to be more than enough. Oh, yeah, that's not what I want. Please go away. Being persistent. I forgot to add a bridge over here to force directionality of the water, but this line over here is supposed to be the return line. Should the reactor reach max pressure, these vents are going to close and send any remaining water into the well, main line over here. Alright, my friends, so I'm now in the process of adding the super coolant into the cooling loop. Now it is only a matter of time until this is running, and that time will be measured by the amount of time it takes to vacuum out this place. I said it shouldn't be long a long time ago, and yeah, this is going to take a while. It's always the last micrograms of stuff that takes very, very long to get rid of. But a perfect vacuum is necessary, so let's just keep on waiting, and while we wait, we can do other things to get us ready to kickstart this thing. Alright, so now with the circuit completely filled with supercoolant, we can move on into other things. Now please note that even though it seems like the circuit is completely full, it is not. There is a few gaps here and there in the form of small packets. If for some reason the line stops because the aqua tuner got activated or anything of that sort, these packets will bump into each other, creating gaps in between them, which is going to prevent the loop from chugging. You know, sometimes it happens, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be enough. If not, we can just remove one packet with this command over here. For some reason we didn't get the totality of the uranium ore that I was expecting. We only got 1.3 tons from this, and this place is empty now. It had... let's see, I have another one over here. At least 6 tons. Yeah, 7.2 tons, I remember. Where is the rest of the stuff went? Okay. It's strange. Alright, my friends, now that we are done mostly with the building on the main planet, I think it is time for us to ask our team of snazzy colonists to go back into space. This rocket has been stranded in here for a little while, and I want to repair that pipe, and I want to start building some stuff over on the ice planet. So that is going to be our destination. It is set to crew, everything is done, yep. Let's launch this rocket, and one of the things that we are going to build the second we get there is a... oh boy, that's not good. That's not great, nope. What did I add over there? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, liquid for water. Oops, I'll take care of that in a moment. This time I'm going to make it out of tungsten. That way we know it is never going to melt. Give it a high priority, and let's go over here. And yeah, I would like to build myself a mini pod over here. Reason for that is, if we go over here, I know we are moving around a lot. If we go over here into the colony summary, one of the requisites for the Great Escape is to establish colonies on 5 asteroids and activating mini-pods. We are 4 out of 5, so if we build another one, this thingy is going to be fulfilled, and then we only have to take care of the temporal tear opener and send a dupe on a one-way mission to complete that endgame scenario. Alright, my friends, our dupes should be arriving any moment now. Here they come. Beautiful. We are probably going to melt a little bit of the planet, but that's perfectly fine. Now that we are over here, I just have to wait for that. Fan-freaking-tastic. Let's go build a printing pod. Somewhere around here. Fan-freaking-tastic. Then I'm going to start working on a red bolt production facility somewhere around here, and I'm also going to deconstruct these thingies because I want to see if that is going to give us a the clear on the line of sight obstructed thingy that we have over here. Well, my friends, we still get a line of sight obstructed, even though there is absolutely nothing in its path. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Vacuum, not even steam. Vacuum, and nothing else. I don't get it, but okay. Apparently we need to shoot 1000 red bolts into this thing. Should be relatively easy. We only need maybe 3 or 4 Wizwards red bolt collector, and before you know it, we have the 100 red bolts necessary to open the temporal tear. Printing pod activated. If we go over here now, there we go, we already have that thingy completed. Now it's just a matter of figuring out how the hell this thing works. Well, both of these rockets arrived almost at the same time, and we brought another artifact. A rainbow egg-shaped. Huh. Okay, I think we already have a egg-shape, don't we? Let's go... yeah, we do. Apparently there are two kinds of egg-shaped. Interesting. Now, in any case, the most important part is that we brought 1.3 tons of uranium ore in that one and 1.1 in this one, plus a few other things that are always useful. So, cool, let's refuel these rockets and send them on their way once again. Okay, my friends, we are one step closer. We got vacuum inside of the reactor, which is the place where I wanted the vacuum the most. In here is secondary. We are going to fill it up with oxygen anyway, so not exactly major problem. Now, a major problem will be over here, because this is going to be the storing tank for the depleted uranium, which is also a somewhat hot fluid that we are going to get around 150 degrees. So we want a vacuum over here so that the temperature doesn't transfer anywhere. We are going to keep it nice and stored, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough for a very, very long time. The last season, once again, I built something like this, and the storage barely got any filled up, so I don't think this is going to be a major concern. But in any case, I built a way to extract the depleted uranium from there, should we want to. So we can close this off now. This is ready to go. It is also powered. So yeah, we are one step closer to getting this activated. Now let me just deconstruct all of these gas pumps. Okay, so now that we have achieved the vacuum in here, we can stop vacuuming this place. Like I said, we are going to fill it up with oxygen. Any remaining carbon dioxide and the polluted oxygen is just going to be compressed over here. Not a major concern. So now we are going to start building the atmosuit docks and lead atmosuit docks. I think that 6 is more than enough, but I give myself a little bit of space, so in case I want to build additional ones in the future, we have just enough space to build 2 additional lead docks and 2 additional atmosuit docks. But I don't think I'm going to do that. 6 dupes working in here at any given time, I think it's a lot, truth be told. Would be 1 dupe doing the engineering tune-up in every single steam turbine, because this is completely automated, no dupe interaction is needed in here. Dupes don't need to be in here, so yeah. And to get this done, I'm going to siphon some oxygen from the line that we use to bring oxygen over here. After all, once again, shouldn't have a lot of dupes, so once the tanks are filled up, we are not going to be consuming too much. Okay, my friends, so while things are getting ready on the main base, over here on the ice planet, I think it is time for us to start working on taming these 2 volcanoes. They are side by side. Creating a taming device should be relatively easy, so I think I'm going to focus on that. After all, iron is always a very useful resource. And after that we should have a couple of dirt packets coming in soon, so that we can build the red bolt collection thingy over here, even though I still haven't figured out why do we have the line of sight obstructed thingy over here, but eventually I'll find the answer. Okay, so this part is almost done. We are now just waiting on these docks to be filled up before we put the final checkpoint on either side. But there is one thing that we can get going, and that is to set up the temperature for our cooling loop that is going to activate the thermo aqua tuner. So let's see, I kind of want to run this cold for a little while, and then I'm going to gradually increase the temperature until we reach around 25 degrees. As a livable temperature inside of the this area, right? But because I am unsure on the right amount of temperature that I should have over here, I am going to first set it up to 15 degrees. Oh no, that's the wrong one. It's this one. And yeah, this is a warning to tell me that the coolant has reached a really high temperature. I thought it was a good idea to have something to warn us about that. In fact, I even have another one over here to warn me that the pressure inside of the chamber has reached the maximum amount, which is 20 kilograms. Other than that, I don't have many warnings remaining. I should probably add a couple. Like, for example, a temperature warning, warning me that the temperature inside of the steam chamber has reached a critical point. We know that the steam chamber likes to run at around 240 to 250 degrees, so anything above that is a little bit too much and might damage the machinery inside, and we don't want that. So, with the checkpoint, with the docks filled up with oxygen and the reservoir starting to fill up, I feel confident in starting the enriched uranium production. We need to kickstart this right now if we hope to activate this before the end of the episode. So let's go. Start doing this forever. This forever as well. And in here, I'm going to want refined metals, enriched uranium, once we got it. Okay, first delivery of enriched uranium incoming. Well, my friends, the much-awaited time is here. Okay, so I'm ready to activate this nuclear reactor. We already have a little bit of fuel over there. And, well, pretty much everything is built and ready to go. What we are missing is water within the reactor. Well, let's take care of that, shall we? Let's connect over there. This snipping tool, always so useful. Right, let's go like that. Plan from the beginning, of course. This wasn't exactly the most lucky position of water storage ever, but okay. First we want to fill this up with water, and during the kick-starting phase we don't want to cut this line, right? Until the steam generators are operational at full capacity. We don't want to, at full capacity, quote unquote, in a range of temperatures that we know they are not going to turn off, and therefore they are not going to stop providing water to the system. That's what I meant. But in any case, we are now filling up this. Okay, so this is not ideal. Let me cut this line right here. That's not what we want. Okay, so now that we have water within the reactor... Okay, here we go. The moment I press this switch, everything is going to turn on. So, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Oh, here we go. First drop of scalding hot water has occurred. There we go. We can see the temperature increasing, but this is why it is important, because during the initial stages there is no steam to be consumed, and therefore there is no water to be pumped into the reactor, which could lead to a meltdown. So I must monitor this very closely until we have the reactor to be self-sustainable. Holy radiation! Oh, Jesus! This is a lot of radiation. Even with the added protection, I cannot help but to notice this is rather impressive. Okay, so maybe I should add a little bit more insulation, at least in here. Okay guys, so we are closing in on having our steam explosion. We already have a little bit of steam being formed, but until this entire body of water is at 100 and something degrees, this is not exactly too much, but that moment is fast arriving. Okay, so we have our first reactor intervention. I built this out of gold because I thought this didn't have a overheat temperature. Not exactly the major emergency, but still something that I want to get done immediately. Let's get the steel rolling, and there is a droplet of petroleum in here. Not really happy about that, but okay. There we go. So please remove that and remove that. Okay, so now is the moment that a lot of juggling must be done. So we already have one steam turbine rolling, but this line will eventually start to back up. But for now, it's not exactly a major issue. This thing is it's not yet rolling, and we already exceeded the max pressure in here. So eventually, once this is rolling, the steam is going to be extracted, turned into water, and what? He's in a suit, stop complaining. And eventually the pressure inside of the chamber is going to stabilize. Okay, so with 4, now 5 steam turbines going, the reactor is already self-sufficient, and we are already extracting water from here so that we can stabilize the pressure. We are already at 45 kilograms. A few moments ago we were at 50 something. So soon everything should stabilize, and it is important that it does, because we need these liquid vents to be open so that they can drop water on top of our machinery before it breaks. And I'm having a feeling that the liquid pump is going to break sooner or later, but that's okay. We can repair it afterwards. But like I said, the second everything stabilizes, we'll be golden. Alright, everything is operational now, all the steam turbines are rolling, and that is just fantastic. As we can see, We are extracting pressure from the chamber at a rapid pace. Now, in order to stabilize the temperature, what I'm going to do is build these temperature shift plates. I probably should have done it in the first place, but I forgot. Oh well, not the end of the world. These can be repaired in the future, so once again, not exactly a problem. But the cool thing is, we are now generating a bunch of power already. And it is rather welcome, because if we go over here into our power plant, we can see that we were on the verge, and we probably still are, of a major blackout. Luckily for us, we have a bunch of petroleum ready to go, so the second we need some power, we have that available. And I have also tried to repair the geothermal power plant while in moments that our dupes don't have really a lot of things to do. So eventually we'll start to get more power out of this one as well, so hopefully that is going to fix the issue. Oh wow, even with radiation protection, these guys are getting radiation sickness. I suppose that everybody is entitled a anti-red pill now, given the situation that they are going through. Okay, so now with the pressure stabilized inside of the steam chamber, as we can see, the liquid pump is within a workable range, right? It shouldn't get too much more heat damage. It still might get a little bit until we have everything completely done, but the worst part is now over. Alright my friends, so every single steam turbine is now operating at full capacity. We have now full power production. Not everything is yet turned on, obviously. I still want to wait a little bit more until we have more nuclear waste. Radiation vomiting, yeah. I locked access to the nuclear power plant for a little while until our dupes recover, and then we can finish up these little details. We can even turn on the liquid pump whenever we feel like it, because it isn't completely broken. This was to be expected, although I tried to avoid it. I placed too much water inside of the power plant. But yeah, the objective now is to wait for a little bit longer until we have a good amount of nuclear waste, at least until this tile over here, and then we activate the liquid pump, which is going to carry the nuclear waste from over here all the way over there. That should stabilize the temperature completely within the chamber, because as we can see over here we have 214 and over here we have 250, right? The temperature is still not completely okay, it's still not completely done, equal, I mean, but that is going to change once we do that. Like, even with a lead suit, a dupe that it is doing a engineer's tune-up gets such a dose of radiation, it is ridiculous. Jesus! Look at all the layers of insulation that I place around this place, and still, this, like, is not enough insulation. 3 layers, apparently, not enough. And apparently, also, I discovered the miracle of the multiplying radiation, because it gets, like, it starts to fade a little bit and then gets multiplied over here for some reason. God knows why, but not exactly a major problem. Okay, my friends, so we are almost up. When it comes to this episode, I can say that this was a major success. We got this up and rolling without any catastrophe. There was a little bit of machinery damage, but that was to be expected. What it was not to be expected was to have half of my colony now glowing in the dark. But hopefully, with a few extra layers of insulation around this place, we will prevent that from occurring for for much longer, right? But in any case, guys, with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!